Good evening, world, and welcome to the Expect to Win experience. I am Coach Thomas, your host, and we are coming to you live from Los Angeles. Welcome. We are bringing to you more exciting student athletes because we are the premier global talk show for student athletes. We have two brothers that we're going to introduce you to tonight, right after our first commercial break. But before we do that, I want to encourage you. We are on a drive to have 1,000 subscribers by October 31st. So that means that I need everyone watching. If you have not subscribed, become a subscriber. I need you to subscribe and click on the link, and it's going to be showing up in a moment, and you can go ahead and subscribe to Expect to Win TV right there. There it is. You can subscribe to Expect to Win TV and help us to reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers by October 31st. All right, we're going to be right back after a word from our sponsor, Expect to Win Athletic Apparel. Be you. You know, when we came up with that slogan, it was because I was hearing everybody say, "Be like Mike, be like Kobe, be like somebody else." But you are an original, and you need to be you. And if you like to tell the world that you are proud to be you, you can get you a uh, authentic Be You hoodie. Let me see. Can I show all of it? There you go. The Expect to Win Be You hoodie. And we give all of our guests a hoodie. It may be a BU, it may be ETW, it may be just the shield. But we encourage everyone to strive to be the best that you can be and to always, in everything you do, expect to win. We're going to bring on our guests tonight. We have two brothers that are football stars. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we introduce to you Will and Henry Dougherty. I think I pronounced I messed up. If I did, y'all forgive me. But the brothers are here. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing pretty well.
Yeah, doing great. Excited for this. Thank you
All
for
right.
having us.
Well, thank you for being here. So, Will, you're the oldest. I can see and tell. So, why don't you introduce yourself, and then, well, you know what? Well, yeah, go ahead. I'll do it in a minute. But go ahead and introduce yourself, and then let your little brother introduce himself, and we're gonna get to business.
All right. So my name's Will Doherty. I play quarterback for Losinger High School, class of 2023. And then Henry.
I'm Henry Doherty, class of 2025, right tackle and defensive end at Losinger High School too.
All right, all right. I want to get to you guys, but I want to show this video right quick because I just love this video. Uh, Let me see if I can get it on here.
Go, Henry, with the big. Let's go. Let's go, Henry. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Bobby.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
love that video. I love it. Hey, so we're gonna come back to you, Will, but Hank, that's how you celebrate after not the JV not winning a game for 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a
oh
fun
my
game.
God. You guys are getting comments already. Okay, all right, we got a question for you, but Hank, I'm gonna call you Hank. I love that video. I watched that video about 1,000,000 times. I put it on our what is that TikTok? I think that video on TikTok has almost 1,000 views.
That's funny.
So Hank, tell me what did you feel in that moment, and
So-
and tell the audience what game that was.
So it was the second game of the season, and the week before, our QB got hurt with a concussion. So in practice, I was like, "Oh, if you guys need a quarterback, let me play." And I was like, not really joking, but like I'm an athlete, and he's a quarterback, so he's taught me a lot about it. So then they put me at starter that game, and it was the second game of the season versus Ayala, and I threw for a touchdown. I almost rushed for one. And then I was talking to my dad. I wasn't playing too well on defense. I was just like kind of getting back into tackling because it was only second game of the year. And my dad was like, just flush it. You're going to make the biggest play of the game right here.
Yeah.
And the lights were starting to turn off and the sun was setting. And I was playing middle linebacker at the time. And I just saw the slant coming over the middle. So I just looked at him, ran right to him, and the QB threw it up. And it was kind of dark, and I saw the ball, and the receiver didn't. So I just jumped over him and caught it. And then I don't even know what happened. I think I caught it and started running and just fell to the floor. And then I was just sitting on the floor because the game was over at the point. And then I was when Bo was filming me. It's pretty crazy.
That is the coolest video, and that's how you celebrate when your team hasn't won. JV team hasn't won a game in 2 years. So that was a moment. So Will, okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Hank.
It was also awesome because like all of our JV team, like most of the players were from last year, and they did not have a good year last year. And then a bunch of players came, like me, Jaden, and a bunch of other kids. So then when they were flipping at the end, that was pretty funny too.
Yeah, it was. That was awesome. So, Will, as the quarterback, okay, man, you have a huge responsibility because as a quarterback, you basically are the leader of the team.
Right.
And so, of course, everybody love you when you win, but when you lose, people they want to crucify you.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to ask a quarterback this question. Do you hear what people are saying in the stands, or do you just block it out? Or how do you deal with it when you lose a game?
So, like, I don't necessarily hear it in the crowd as much. People come and tell me after if they say something bad about me. It doesn't really affect me because they don't understand the preparation that goes into the game. And certain mistakes that look like they're blamed on me can be the result of someone else not doing their job.
Yes.
There's the miscommunications. I mean, it's football. It's 11 versus 11. And if one person doesn't do the right thing, the whole play can be bad. So it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. I don't really get affected by it because it's the thing, like, they can hit you when you're losing, but let's say, hopefully, like, our dreams and our plans are once we win a state championship, it's all going to be forgotten.
Yes.
So, like, I know that the highs are really high and the lows are really low, but that's why we work to get to the high points. So I don't worry about too much because I just want to play my game and have fun playing football.
All right. And Hank, you said that was your first time ever playing quarterback, and your brother gave you some tips.
Yep.
What did he tell you?
He told me to not. I was setting up more like straight up, and I needed to turn and throw because I was just throwing off my back foot and using only my arm. So he was telling me to turn my hips and get all my legs into it. And then I kind of always knew how to throw a spiral, but he helped me. I could only throw a spiral for like a certain amount of yards. And then he helped me with my deep ball, trying to get it far and out quick and leading the receivers.
How long have you guys been playing football?
I started tackle football with my freshman year, which I'm a sophomore now. So just last year I started tackle football.
Really?
But, yeah, but I played flag football for like 8 years. So I always kind of just knew a lot about football, even if I wasn't hitting someone. I was still always kind of in the loop of football.
Okay. What about you, Will?
So with me, it's similar. I played flag football for as long as I can remember because I think I started when I was like 6. But I always wanted to play tackle. But then during my 8th grade season, because I at least wanted to have 1 year of experience, especially as a quarterback in tackle football leading up going into high school. So I played my 8th grade season, and that was my first year of tackle. And then I went on through high school. And Henry was supposed to play during his 8th grade year, but it was during COVID, so there wasn't a season. So it kind of messed him up.
Okay. So what do you guys think of your individual seasons so far?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
On JV, I started out not playing like to the best of my ability, but over the last few games, I think I've been playing pretty good. I've been breaking down on tackles more and dropping back farther in coverage, which is good for me. And then the first few games, I played tight end the first 5 games, and I would hold a block but then let go. And now I'm just staying with the block and driving them till the play's over. So I've definitely grown as a player over the first like 5 or 6 weeks.
Okay. Will?
And then for me, since it was my first year starting, obviously I was super excited. And like the Edison game, it was like getting back into things. I felt it was a little rusty just because we haven't played a game in basically a year. But
Right.
it was so much fun to be back in. Just basically the first 5 games, obviously we played the 3rd toughest schedule in California. So,
Yeah.
I mean, none of them were easy games. And I felt like I played well. There were certain like mistakes and certain throws I wish I had back. And there were certain drops. Like every game, we were never like really beaten. It was just certain mistakes. If we were able to correct those mistakes,
Right.
we could have been on top. But now, now that we're in league, we've got enough games under our belt that I think that we're starting to get into full stride, especially leading into Inglewood, which is a really big game. So I'm really excited for the opportunity to play them.
Man, Will, that is an excellent observation because, of course, I've seen the games, and I really don't think anybody really dominated you guys. They just capitalized off the mistakes you made.
Yeah.
That was it. You take those mistakes away, and because you scored against every team you play, I don't think you guys went scoreless, did you?
No, not at all. And one thing that I want to make like a big statement for us or leading throughout the rest of the season is I want to make sure we start fast. Like, so for instance, in the first half, like we maybe put up 7 or 14 points, but like we never really get into the things. And then like it puts us behind the 8 ball because the other team may have a lead. And then the second half we'll score like 20 something points, but we're still too far behind. So I want to kind of make it a point of emphasis to start fast and play good offensive football throughout the game rather than just the second half.
Let me ask you guys this question because everybody want to talk about their strengths and what they're good at. What do each one of you guys? What do you think you need to improve at?
So I think I felt like this year my reads have actually been pretty good, and the one thing I kind of want to work on is just accuracy. Just when I have an open guy or when I have the opportunity to capitalize on it, like drops happen, so I'm not worried about drops. I really want to make sure my accuracy is on point for the rest of the year. And then also being able to feel the pressure rather than kind of throwing out of a sack or throwing and then getting hit. I kind of want to work on my movement throughout the pocket. So if I feel pressure, slide up, roll out, or slide away and make throws. So those are the two big things I really want to work on.
Oh, okay. Okay, because we got actually a question, not a question, a statement. It was somebody, I guess they saw the last game and said that they would love to work with Will. I would love to work with Will on his footwork. So they sent their information, so I'll pass it along to your mom. And
Sounds good.
What about you, Hank?
I would say just not giving up on plays, because like the first 5 games, I would play middle, and I'd see like a screen way far away, and I'd run to it, but then I'd just slow down while I'm getting closer, because I expect people to make one-on-one tackles, which is very hard to do in football. So I just need to keep finishing out plays. And then also I want to start giving my all every time. Like when I pass rush, there's some plays where I'm giving it my all and it just doesn't work. And then the next play, I just try to do something different, which doesn't seem like I'm trying too hard. So I want to give my all in that. And then also I want to be able to stick to my assignments, either if I'm playing middle linebacker or playing end, to force the QB to step up in the pocket, not letting him run around, or me playing middle linebacker and not looking at the quarterback and getting straight to my drops. And then I look at the quarterback to see where he's going to throw it.
See, what you just explained, Hank, it's like for the fans. See, I played baseball. I didn't play football.
Right.
But it's like what you just explained, we don't see all of that as a fan. It's like that's a lot to remember and a lot of work, that goes into being a good football player.
Yeah.
Just think about your coaches and how much have the coaches either inspired you or pushed you or I know, Hank, you guys have a new coach, and Will, what do you guys think about your coaches?
I think they've done a great job. They do a great job inspiring us. Like our pregame speeches, our postgame speeches, they all are able to connect with us. And it's awesome having a former NFL player that had a lengthy career, like 10 plus years. It's a lot. It means a lot, and it helps us a lot because we know he's played at every level. College, NFL, high school, and he's excelled. So he knows where we want to go, and he knows where we're at right now. So he's really relatable, which helps a lot.
Okay.
And then for me, all the coaches, like some coaches, when you ask them questions, they just kind of push you off and give you the short answer. But most of the coaches on varsity, when you ask them questions, they'll give you the full explanation on where I was supposed to be or what I did wrong, what I did right. And they'll either coach you up when you did something good and then help you when you did something bad to get to the good stuff. And then for JV, the coaches, they're just so into it. For the 2 coaches being so young, how much they care about our team and just want us to be the best for the next level. That's good. And then Jaden's dad, he pumps us up so much before games, at half times, and he really gets us locked in and ready to play whoever. Even if the team should kill us, he makes us feel like we are going to win the game.
Wow, that is awesome. Somebody just sent in a comment that said that this is good, and these are also life lessons. Complete the assignment.
Oh yeah.
Complete the assignment. That is truly a life lesson, and if you can do it in football, you can do it in life.
Oh, absolutely.
Who is you guys' biggest cheerleader?
Definitely my mom. I would definitely say my mom is my biggest cheerleader because no matter what, For instance, whenever I have quarterback training, every Sunday she'll get up early, take me to there, pick me up, take me home, push me. Like whenever I'm down or just need a little bit of motivation, she's always there. And no matter what, she always has our back. So, and she's really knowledgeable about the game of football as well. So that helps. So it's not just someone that's just saying stuff. She actually knows the game. So it's really great.
Awesome.
And then our mom does what he pretty much said to me too. Helps me with everything, asks me what I want to do, will get it done for me. If I want to do D-end or right tackle, she'll go try to find me someone that can perfect my craft. And then also with my dad on the JV games, is on the sideline. So whenever I make like a good play, he'll be there to like pat me on my back. And then on the bad plays, he'll just tell me what to do. And that's always good to have someone besides your coaches next to you telling you like when you did something good or something bad. And if you're not playing well, my dad always says, "Oh, you'll be fine. You'll get a good play in." And that's always good too.
Oh, for some reason, our viewers, they always skip over college, and they send questions. Like somebody had sent a question: Will and Henry, if you guys make it to the NFL, which team would be your number one choice? I'm like, they got to go to college first. and they did that last week. They were asking, well, we want Bo and Jaden to go to the Seattle Seahawks. Yeah. They got to go to college first.
That is true. But hey, if there was any way to go straight to high school to the NFL, I would love to do that.
You know what, Will? Somebody asked me that the other day. Do I think there will ever be a young person to go straight from high school to the NFL? No. I said, absolutely not. No they way. Will get killed.
There's no way an 18-year-old should be playing with like 24-year-old men that have been in college for 6 years. There's just no way.
Exactly. Yeah. One time I took I think it was Bo and their other brother Jordan. I took them to a USC practice. And this was years ago. I think Bo was like 6 or 7 years old. Ooh. And we were on the field. I could not believe how fast those guys were moving, as big as they were. Oh, yeah. And so Bo asked if he could get on the field with them. And I said, no, you can't. You can't, Bo. And then he tells me, well, Papa, won't you go out there with them? I'm not going out there to get killed. You see a 300-pound guy moving like he's 150 pounds. Yeah, that's not something to be taken lightly. So, but anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Will.
No, I think the same way that you do. There's no way these 300-pound offensive linemen should be able to run and go take out corners, but somehow they do because they're just athletic freaks. So yeah. But to answer your earlier question, a team I would love to play for is the Patriots because I'm a huge Patriots fan. Because my dad's side of the family all lives in Massachusetts in the East Coast. So I'm a big fan of Boston sports and the New England Patriots. So that's who I would want to play for.
I pretty much have the same answer for the same reasons, but also I like defense a little bit more than offense because I just like hitting people, and that's always fun. And I feel like Bill Belichick is a defensive mastermind, so I mean he'll put me where I need to go. So I mean, if I were to skip college, which I would love to go there because he would find the best spot for me.
Okay, well, we're not gonna even put that in the atmosphere because we don't want you to get hurt like that. So, What college would you guys like to go to?
I mean, like my biggest dream schools, if I do have good grades, play great football, it would be like Oregon, which is crazy, one of the best Pac-12 schools, and then Penn State. I've always liked them since Saquon Barkley, Trace McSorley, Allen Robinson, Mike Gesicki, all those guys. And then also Tennessee, because during COVID, I don't know why I fell in love with them, but their school is just crazy, and they're a good SEC school. And then my realistic offers, which I would love to play football there, would be UNLV because I like their slot machine, and I like their stadium, how they play in the Raiders, and it's a good school, good jerseys, good everything. And then Boston College, I'd love to go there because all my family's on the East Coast. So if I could play in front of them at the college level, love to do that. And that place, I go to Boston a bunch, and I love that place. And then we toured Colorado State
Yeah.
in Colorado, but Colorado State, it just felt like such a nice place. The campus is pretty big, pretty nice. Everything's close. Facilities are big, nice, and it's a good football school. Even though they started out slow this year, I think they'll be pretty good.
Okay. I got a question for Will. Somebody submitted a question for Will. Said, Will, what did you learn playing the top schools in the nation, and how will it help you to move forward with the rest of the league?
So I would say the defensive schemes they ran. So being able, for instance, against Ayala, they ran a 3-3-5 stack, which is 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and then 5 defensive backs. And then against a bunch of other teams, they had 4 linemen and then 2 linebackers. Like, there were so many different schemes that we played against, so that now going to the league, whatever they play defensively, I've been able to see. So that helps a lot. And then also the talent we've gone against, other than Inglewood, there's really no one in our league that can compare. So it's really prepared us, because we're so used to playing at such a high level that it's going to be a lot of fun whenever we play against league opponents, because we know that we can go out there, and if we perform well, it should be a great and really fun game for us.
Awesome. I love that answer. Another question. We got another question for Will and Henry. God, who was the reason for most of the Patriots championships? Bill Belichick or Tom Brady?
So I'll be honest. So, that's a really tough one, because ever since Brady left, we haven't been the greatest team. So, I mean, that's so tough. But I'll give it to Brady. Because Brady's one of my favorite players of all time. I looked up to him so much. But, I would definitely say this. If Brady wasn't surrounded by Belichick, or they weren't with each other, they couldn't have happened. They couldn't have won those 6 Super Bowls, because with the best coach and the best quarterback, and what really a lot of people don't talk about is the pay cuts that Tom Brady took. Like, he was never the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, because he wanted to make sure that he saved the rest of the money so that he can get good wide receivers and good talent around him. So they really needed both, but I'm leaning towards Tom Brady for that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we know you guys love football. I mean, I can feel it.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to study in college though? What is your, I'm not going to even say backup plan, because I believe that if you stay focused and you put God first, you can do whatever. God will make your dream become a reality. What do you guys want to study?
So for me, I want to stay in the world and realm of sports, and I want to study sports management and sports broadcast journalism. So basically, I would love to either be a commentator on TV or an analyst, or if not, I would love to be an agent for professional players. It doesn't matter, NBA, NFL, any of that. I would love to stay in the world of sports.
Okay. All right. And go ahead, Hank.
I agree fully with that. I would love to stay in the realm of sports, if it's agents, coaching, even at small levels or big levels. I just want to stay in the realm of sports. And then if none of that works out, I mean, one of my friends' dad has a nice business, and I mean, I'd love to do that too.
Well, I can say I can see Will standing on the sideline with a microphone interviewing Hank. No, it could go either way. Either way.
Exactly.
Somebody asked, what was Henry's answer to the question about the Patriots? But you said Tom Brady also, didn't you, Hank?
Yeah, but I mean, I just think Bill Belichick, I don't know there's not really anyone you can compare to Tom Brady. Like Mac Jones, he's young. Cam Newton, he was messed up. But like Tom Brady just kind of had it all. And with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, like what he said, they just mixed perfectly. Great offenses, great receivers around them, from Edelman to Amendola to Hogan. They just all worked together and they really fought as a team. So, I mean, I think Tom Brady is definitely better. Like who did more? Definitely Tom Brady, but Belichick also did have some pretty good defenses that he helped Brady with. So, I mean, it's like split, but Brady probably takes the crown.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we're with the Doherty brothers, Will and Henry, or Will and Hank. And we're supposed to be done, you guys. We have a 30-minute show, but we're going to keep it going since it's my show. I can do that. We have more questions. Now, this is a very interesting question. For Will, would you be interested in becoming a commentator for women's sports?
Honestly, I want to stay in the realm of sports. So if it's like women's basketball, softball, literally anything, I would totally do that. It doesn't matter if it's girls or guys in sports. I would definitely do it.
Okay. You guys tell me, what does expect to win mean to you guys?
Well, I would say that it's really a mindset and a way you have to think, especially being in like a competitive sport like football. You can't go out and expect to do anything other than win, because it'll put you so far behind. Because if you go into a game thinking, this is going to be a tough one, there's almost no way we win it, then you're going to perform terribly. Like if you expect to win no matter what, even if you play the best team in the nation, if you go out and play your best football or just give it your all, you always have a chance. So expecting to win is really the most important thing.
Hank?
I agree, but for me, expecting to win is like what he said. If you're playing the best team, you have to practice like you're playing the best team and you're going to win the game. So everyone has to be locked in at practice. Everyone has to know the plays, coverages. If we put in new blitzes or new coverages, everyone's got to know it. And like if you go into a week expecting to lose, you're just going to go through practice like just walking through it, messing around, not caring. But if there's an actual game that you have to be played, everyone's going to hit hard in practice, get used to tackling, know the plays. So expecting to win just basically means you got to go into the game thinking you're going to win it no matter what.
All right. Will, got another comment for you. A statement says, tell Will losing or needs him to provide that Tom Brady leadership.
Yep. That's one definitely somewhere that I want to improve, because I'm not super loud. Like I'm not the type of guy to go yell at someone, but I definitely need to be able to try different ways to bring the offense together as a group and work as a better cohesive unit, rather than, just blaming it on one person or blaming on it one unit. I definitely want to be a better leader. So that's definitely what I'm working towards.
I like that, Will, because that is so important. I always think about, this was probably before you guys were born. This was the Showtime Lakers era when the Lakers were playing. Y'all already mentioned that East Coast stuff, and I'm not all that excited about it, but but they were playing Boston, and Magic was Byron Scott had just joined the Lakers, and Byron Scott went up for do a slam dunk, and Larry Bird or somebody blocked it.
Mm-hmm.
Magic went up to Byron Scott and grabbed him in his collar and told, you bet not ever let that happen again. And the next play, Byron Scott, he finished it this time. So that's what I was going to ask you, Will. Are you willing? But you already said you're not that loud guy. But, if you have to grab somebody in the collar, will you?
Oh, 100%. If they're out of line or it's like a really correctable mistake and it's in a crucial moment, I will definitely get on them and make sure that the next time it comes up, it'll be the right outcome. 100%, I'm willing to do that.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Will. If somebody came to you and said, Will, you messed up, man. You missed the assignment or whatever. How do you handle that as the quarterback? You're the leader. How do you handle that?
So I honestly take that in, and like I totally understand where they're coming from. I made a mistake, and I realized that the next time I have that opportunity, I've already gone through it and I made that mistake, so I know that I won't make it again because I know where I messed up. So it's really just a learning experience, so that the next time it presents, I'll be able to make that throw or complete that touchdown. So yeah, that's the way I think.
Let me, and I'm gonna wrap this up, but I'm having a good time with you guys. You guys are real. I had to have you guys be guest hosts one night because you guys are natural at this. But I know you always want to be on the field,
Right.
and no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're having a bad game,
Mm-hmm.
and either the coach decide to take you out, or would you take yourself out? How do you deal with that? How do you handle that? Both of you guys.
I mean, as a competitor, you never want to take yourself out. Like that's just giving up on yourself because you want to have that next opportunity to correct the mistake. But if I'm really hurting my team, like for instance, last game against Mission Viejo, because my arm was hurt and like it was super tough to throw, but I wanted to be the warrior and like go out and fight for our team and give us the best chance. But then it quickly became evident to me that like since my arm was hurting and I couldn't make these throws, I knew that I was hurting my football team more than helping. So I didn't necessarily pull myself out, but when Coach Brandon was like, hey, well, we're going to give Rashawn a try to go in instead of me, I completely understood because I really shouldn't have been playing in the first place because I was hurt. So I understand it.
Now, Will, that's the warrior attitude.
Yeah.
That's the warrior attitude. That is the warrior attitude. I love it. Hank, what about you?
I mean, for me, since I'm younger, even if I get like a minor injury, if I'm playing on varsity like this Friday and some guy slid into my leg, I'm not going to take myself out for someone to come play my spot for me to just put ice on a little bump. So I just, even though I was hurt and I was not running to the best ability that I could, but I was still making tackles and still making the right reads. I just played through it. So, I mean, what he said, you never really want to take yourself out of a game because me personally, I know that I'm better than the guy behind me. So me just hopping out because of a small injury is not going to help the team at all. So I'd way rather just stay in on a hurt injury and make up like these small movements. I can just like drop back quicker if I'm hurt instead of like looking at it and going. I can just go straight away and then look. So I mean, I don't really take myself out of games unless like I'm actually hurt like what he was. But like little baby injuries, those don't really affect me too much.
Okay. All right. Will, Hank, we're going to wrap this up. You guys, you have any social media or contact information you want to get out for any recruiters or anybody watching? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? No, girlfriend? Well, no, we're going to leave the girlfriends out of that.
Shout out wise, I would love to shout out my Twitter. So if there's any recruiters watching, it's Will_Doherty11. So follow that on Twitter, and it's same thing for Instagram. And then I would like to shout out one of my mentors, Matt Leinert. He's been one of my QB coaches since I was like 10 or 11, and he's like been my like role model my whole life since I've been playing quarterback. So I want to shout out him. So thank you. So yep, that's my shout out.
And then
before you go, hey, say anything. Hey, Will, do you remember the game when USC? I think it was in 2019, and I think it might have been the Rose Bowl when Deontay Burnett caught the ball and shook Matt Leinert's hand.
Yep, Deontay was one of my favorite wide receivers.
Yeah, did you know he was at the game with the last game last week?
Wait, which one? Against Mission Viejo?
Mission Viejo, yeah. Deontay was at the game.
No, I did not know that. I did not.
He was there. He was on the field.
Damn.
Crazy.
I wish I Yeah,
Well,
he was by far my favorite receiver from that year. Like,
Well,
he was definitely my favorite player. Him and Sam Darnold.
I'll give you guys a secret, a hint, a secret that not a lot of people know. That's Bo and Jaden uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's their uncle. So hold on one second, guys. I'll be right back. See, I had to grab my jersey.
Yeah,
Oh,
weren't you were wearing
you're-
that last night, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's what I said. That's awesome.
Well, so go ahead, Hank.
But my Twitter is Henry Doherty 75 DOHERTY, and my mentor is pretty much him because my best friend's Cole Leinert, which is Matt Leinert's son. So I've played basketball, football, baseball, everything with him, and he really got me to love football from a young age. Like either if it was from blocking on the line or in flag, you can catch passes from the line. So he always got me in the offense, either with my hands or with my legs. So, I mean, he's kind of like one of my mentors too.
Okay, well, I need you guys to tell Matt Leinert we want to get him on the show.
I'll definitely. Yep, I'll
We
definitely.
All right. We got another comment that says, Will and Henry, this has been one of the best segments. Can't wait to see what your future holds for both of you. You guys have been awesome, and it has been my pleasure. I'm glad I got to meet you guys like this, and we connected. Because I'm going to tell you guys what I tell every other student athlete that comes on this show, that when you sign that $1 million contract, don't forget about Coach Thomas.
I will definitely not forget you.
And you guys got a hoodie coming for being on the show, and I just want to say thank you. God bless you guys. Your mom and dad are doing an awesome job with you two, and I can't wait. I mean, I'm more excited to see you guys play now than ever before. But before we go, I gotta play the video one more time. One more time.
All right.
One more time before we go.
Go, Henry, with the big. Let's go. Let's go, Henry. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Body. Body.
Oh my God. Will and Hank, you guys are awesome. You guys are rock stars. Thank you for being here tonight. The show is going to be up forever. So your family, your friends, you guys can share it, and it'll be up on Expect to Win TV. And thank you guys so much for coming on the show tonight. And God bless you guys. And I'll be at both games next week.
Perfect. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for this opportunity.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Will and Henry Doherty. Oh my God. What a show. What a show. I love what I do. I love meeting these incredible young people. And I encourage you, if you have a student athlete and you want to get them on the show, our scheduler is Miss Celine Barrios, and she will. You can reach out to us and put you in contact with her. She will schedule you, get you on the show, and we just love what we do over here at Expect to Win. All right. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our show. And we will see you next week, live from Los Angeles, here on Expect to Win TV. God bless you all. Thank you. Good night. And always, whatever you do, always expect to win.